Movie critic John Louis went to a movie about a disaster that happens in the future and was looking for logic and for it to make sense and all. I don't understand why he would look for that. What? Hey, what's going on, guys? If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and that little bell right next to it. Also, once you've watched the video, we'd love to hear what you thought of Geostorm. If you've seen it, if you plan to see it, if you love it, hate it, if you think this review's freaking stupid. Speaking of the review, let's take a look at it. The heavy-handed, old-timey feel of the disaster movie might have you thinking of Roland Emmerich, the German filmmaker who directed Independence Day, 1996, and its sequel, Independence Day Resurgence, 2006. The old-timey feel in the future. That makes as much sense as a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, somehow in the future. You would be wrong, but only just. Man, what a dick kind of sentence. You're wrong, but only just wrong. Thanks. Rude. Geostorm is the directorial debut of writer Dean Devlin, who is a frequent collaborator with Emmerich. So then it would make sense that it has the similar feel to his directing because he's been collaborating with him? Alright. I don't know where you're going with this. Normally I can tell where the review's going because people always say the same crap, or they just like are leading me into the dumbness. But I don't know where you're going, and I'm really worried. The jingoism, sentimentality, and bombast in Geostorm are in the same vein as the Independence Day films, which Devlin co-wrote. Man, you're really hammering this idea in. Where are you going with this? As director, Devlin's sappiness, everyone verbalizes feelings as if reading a news report, is injected into a movie that recycles the Climate-ageddon premise of Emmerich's The Day After Tomorrow, 2004, but with the added moisture of the skyscraper-topping waves from the same director's 2012 from 2009. Where are you? So far the whole review is like, this writer worked with this director and now he's directed and it's pretty similar to other things that the director has directed that he wrote for. Can we talk about the movie? Also, can we never say with the added moisture ever? Can we just never ever say that, please? Gah. Is Devlin, as some say, being retro-ironic? If so, the mask has become his face. He casts as leading man Butler, looking more like an angry Sharpay than ever. I'm not even mad about that statement, that's hilarious. Also, any version of as some say is bullshit. It's like, you know, they tell me this. It's like, who the fuck is they? Who the hell is some? It could literally be anything or anyone. Like, you randomly overheard a crazed homeless psychopath saying something and you're like, you know, some say that Gerard Butler's actually a Sharpay. It must be true, because some said it. He plays the rulebook ripping, loose cannon, rarely seen outside of 1990s Bruce Willis movies, or Comedy Central parody sketches, or movies. Like tons of them. Tons. Like all of them. Every Marvel movie's that. All of the popular action movies are that. All of the popular sci-fi movies are that. There's literally always someone who's like, I have to do this even though it's against the rules, but it's because it's what right and what needs to be done. Even Titanic has that element. F***ing Titanic. His character and Sturgess' Max have an intense sibling rivalry. We know this because it is mentioned every time they speak. Yeah, they have issues and address them. It's really not that strange. It's like, hey man, like life has been like this and we gotta, like this kind of how people talk. And if they don't, they're not communicating. And you can't build a relationship like that. And nothing's gonna get solved. We're breaking up. This is a movie where the special effects are relied on so heavily that acting, dialogue, and wardrobe do not matter. It is odd to have a disaster movie rely on special effects. That's weird. I went and saw Godzilla, and I just felt like the whole movie was about this giant CG monster and a whole bunch of things being destroyed. Where was the acting? I watched the Food Network, all I saw was food. Where was the acting? Butler's beard stays the same scruffy length over days in space. Why do you care? We're not questioning the satellites and what they're doing and how they're doing it. We're questioning someone's beard. It's just, that's just a weird thing to give a shit about. Like, I don't understand. Someone groom that Sharpay. Sturgess sports a suit for his high-powered government job, but his mini mullet remains. Who cares? Why do you care? I'm really upset about the grooming and haircuts in this movie. Not entirely accurate, according to what? Some magical thing in you had? He just broke my brain. I don't even care that I couldn't finish that sentence. And logic be damned, because security men can apparently carry handguns on a fragile space station. How about logic be damned because of the entire premise of this movie? How about that? The fact that you walked into this movie looking for logic makes you just really ridiculous. It's like going into McDonald's and thinking it's gonna be a place where you can get your Shar-Pei groomed. China is mentioned in the first 5 minutes, and Daniel Wu plays a minor part as a Hong Kong-based scientist. But according to this movie, space belongs to the one nation manly enough to punch its way into solving the climate crisis. I feel like you kind of missed a little bit there. Like, one of the things is that the entire thing was figured out by one guy. Also, the fact that he put together a team with people from all around the world, and also the fact that they mentioned China and the United States coming together to solve this issue together, and that they were the main countries actually doing it, the main nations actually doing it. I mean, the only thing you had right in this entire thing is the fact that the US was running it, not they owned space. In fact, a large portion of this movie is about the fact that we shouldn't be like you just were, and we should all come together to solve something together instead of being assholes about it and being ethnocentric. And man, you missed the point of you missed the only logic in the movie. You searched so hard for fucking logic by just deciding that someone's beard shouldn't grow a certain way, and you missed the only bit of logic in the entire fucking movie. Well done. Well done. Thank you guys so much for watching. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the little bell right next to it so you can get notified every time we have a video coming out. Also, we'd love to hear in the comments what you think of Geostorm. We are very, very curious. Also, if you want to see another video from us, click one of the ones on the screen, and until we see you next time, geek out and game on.